Grab your books. Yeah, here we go. Walking in sunlight, all of my journey, over the mountain, through the deep vale, Jesus has said, I'll never forsake thee, promise divine that never can fail. Heavenly sunlight, flooding my soul with glory divine. Alleluia, I am rejoicing, singing his praises. Jesus is mine. Is anybody singing their song? This sounds bad. Is it me? Is it as bad as it sounds? Like it's up here. It sounds. I think it's me. Okay, sing another song. Page 90. Then, living by faith. We'll sing one verse of another song. Maybe we can justify or redeem ourselves. Okay, is it better? Here we go. I care not today what the morrow may bring, if shadow or sunshine or rain. The Lord I know ruleth o'er everything, and all of my worry is vain. Living by faith in Jesus above, trusting, confiding in his great love. From all harm safe in his sheltering arm, I'm living by faith and feel no alarm. Go to the last verse. Our Lord will return to this earth some sweet day. Our troubles will then all be o'er. The Master so gently will lead us away beyond that blessed heavenly shore. Living by faith in Jesus above, trusting, confiding in his great love. From all harm safe in his sheltering arm, I'm living by faith and feel no alarm. Thank you. Have a seat. Let's go to the Lord in prayer. Does anybody have a spoken prayer request? No spoken prayer request? Kelly? Okay. Sue? Okay. Okay. Anyone else with a spoken request? Anybody with an unspoken request, something we're praying about, not mentioned out loud? All right, let's go to the Lord in prayer. The Heavenly Father, thank you for the opportunity to be in your house this morning. Lord, I pray that you bless and all we say and do that will bring honor and glory to you. I pray for those lost people with us today, we'll see them saved. I pray for the request that those that have a need within their family and those that have a physical need. I pray for the unspoken request, Lord, if you know the needs. I pray for our lost family and friends, we can see them saved. Use us today for your glory. In Jesus' name we ask. Amen. All right, you can be dismissed to Sunday school class. Hello, Joseph. Charlie, get up, walk, bud. All right, open your Bibles, please, to John chapter 6. John chapter 6. John chapter 6. Good to have Blaine with us this morning. I hate to point him out, but I'm glad he's here. Okay. John, and John too. John had been glad to hear John. Hadn't seen you for a while. All right, John chapter 6, take down verse 26. Go on. Read just a couple verses, review the story where we're at, and go on. If you got questions or comments all the way through, just raise your hand and we'll go with it. Okay. John chapter 6, look down at verse 27. Go right there. Yeah. Back up to 25. We'll start there. And when they had found him on the other side of the sea, they said unto him, Rabbi, one came us out hither. This is when Jesus crossed over the sea. He walked on the water. The disciples went ahead of him, and he walked on the water, and then everyone else caught up with him eventually. Okay? Verse 25. And when they had found him on the other side of the sea, they said unto him, Rabbi, one came us out hither. Jesus answered them and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me, not because you saw the miracles, but because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled. Labor not for the meat which perishes, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him hath God the Father sealed. Then said they unto him, What shall we do that we might work the works of God? And Jesus answered and said unto them, This is the work of God, that you believe on him whom he has sent. Let's pray. Thank you, Lord, for your truth. I pray you'll give us truth through your word today. In Jesus' name we ask. Amen. Okay. We talked a couple weeks ago on verse 26, which says, Labor not, I say to you, you seek me not because you saw the miracles, but because you did eat. Some people follow because they get fed. Okay? How many like going someplace just to eat? Okay? We went to Amish country yesterday. It was a 12-hour day. 3 hours up, 3 hours back, 6 hours there. The 6 hours over there, I think we were grazing the whole time. I mean, we stopped at Hirschberger's, which is a farm. It's a bakery. They got vegetables. We didn't buy any vegetables. We grow our own. But and we went to another place to have lunch after we grazed at the bakery thing for a while. We had snacks and cheese and all that stuff. Everything you get to Amish country. So it's some place you go just because you eat, right? And there's some people come to church. And I mentioned this before. There was someone that came years ago that would come only when we had a meal. Okay, there was someone who came. They would bring empty Tupperware bowls when they came because they wanted to fill them up when they were leaving. And well, John, they really did that. I didn't see him. Someone else said, "Did you know that they did this?" I said, well, "No, I didn't see him come in." But they said, "Yeah, they had empty bowls when they got here, and they had filled them up for the left." That's fine. People do that. That's fine. Some people come just for the miracles, okay? Some people will follow Jesus just for the miracles. They want to see something special. Jesus said, labor not for that which perisheth, okay? There's something bigger than this. There's something bigger than just seeing miracles or getting fed or whatever. Now, verse 28, then said they unto him, What shall we do that we might work the works of God? When I read that, something sticks out to me, and I've read this hundreds of times in the last 40 years. But something sticks out to me that people, and I know people that are like this, they want to do something, right? You know, somebody that joins a religion because they want to be religious, right? Do you know anybody that's joined a religion just because they want to earn the way to salvation? They've been taught that if you're good enough, you get to go. And so they join a religion somewhere just because they can think they can earn their way to heaven. Or some people say you're doing the work of God. I've heard that terminology used for social work or different things, and someone's doing the works of God. There's a lot of people that I think are just good folks, right? They're good-hearted people. They're nice people. They're good to their neighbors. They may be lost like these people. Okay, but they're good-hearted folks. They just want to do something, okay? One political campaigns a month ago after one of the shootings, people were shouting at the politicians, just do something, just do something. And it's got a chant going on saying do something, but they can't, there's nothing they can do to stop some of the criminals and what they want to do. Okay. And there's some people that just, in their heart of hearts, they just want to do something, right? There are people that go to college because they want to change the world, okay? Or they want to change society, or they want to do something special. What shall we do that we will work the works of God? This is the work of God, Jesus said, that you believe on him whom he has sent. You know anybody that, okay, back up. There's a man there, and there was a good guy. I looked at this guy at age, is it on, Jason? Why is it not on? Is it me? I'm on. Is it on? I'm on. What? You hear me? You don't hear what I say. That's normal. Okay, I'll stay here. I'll be chained to, put my shackles on, I'll chain myself to this. Okay. There's a guy that I know that is a good guy. He's been a good guy as long as I've known him. I've known him for a long time. But one day it hit me when I was driving by. He was outside. I stopped talking for a few minutes, and I went on down my way. I was going to visit somebody. He goes to church. He's a Christian guy. But I thought about one day, because he's older and he's in his 70s, I suppose. Has he accomplished? At the end of his 70 years that he's been given so far, he looks back at it. Will he say that I did what I wanted to do, or I left a mark that I wanted to leave? Some people, they leave a stain, not a mark. I don't want to leave a stain. But Ted, so, but some people say, okay, at the end of my 70 years, same as a guy that Carl, Tammy's dad knows, died this week, 80-some years old. Had 10 kids, whatever his life was. At the end of his life, just look back and say, did I do what I wanted to do? Okay? Did I accomplish what I wanted to accomplish, or did I do something that left an impression on somebody else? A good impression. Okay? And a lot of people, I think, when they say, what shall we do that we might work the works of God, are saying, okay, what can I do? What is it physically that I can do? I know people that like to do something and they can't physically do anything. They like to write checks. Okay, people like this, they give money away. Okay, it's because they have it to give away, and they don't brag on it. But other people have let me know that they get $4 million away. They can't go out and physically work on something anymore. But they've given away hundreds of dollars to this, and thousands of dollars to this, and hundreds of thousands of dollars to this, and millions of dollars to this because they got the money to give. And they just like, now I keep asking them for more and they don't send me anything, but I don't ask. Kelly was thinking that I did. I'm sure you do. Yeah. But that's what they can do. And they like looking back and say, I'm glad I did that. Okay? I got to do this. Okay? Someone asked me recently, we're going to work the ball field this spring. Okay? How many work the ball field on spring? How many like working the ball field? Okay? Anybody here that goes and doesn't want to go? Oh. Okay. It's always good when you get there, but before you go, you think, I'm too tired to go. Okay. We're getting off work, but you get there and you laugh and you think, okay, you like doing something, right? These people want to do something to earn their salvation, and they can't earn their salvation. So Jesus said, you got to believe on believe the word. Jesus said, this is the work of God, that you believe on him who he has sent. Okay, verse 30. Then they said, therefore, what sign showest thou then that we may believe thee? Because we're looking for something. Okay, we're looking for a sign. Was feeding 5,000 people a sign to them? How many think that would be a good sign? Okay. Healing a lame man that had been laying beside the water for years, and everybody knew who he was. Healing that man, how many think that'd be a good sign, right? Well, walking on water. Would that be a good sign? At this point, he hadn't raised Lazarus from the dead, but that's a good sign, right? Open the ears of the deaf and open the eyes of those who are blind. Those were all good signs, and these people said, show us a sign. Well, what other sign do you need? Okay, what else do you need to know who he is? Okay, the answer to it all comes back to believe. Okay, if you believe the right thing, then you'll do the right thing. If your faith is in Christ, if any man be in Christ is a new creature, old things are passed away, behold, all things become new. If you've trusted Christ as your Savior, there'll be something inside of you that says, okay, I want to do something not to leave a mark, make a name for myself, because a lot of people do that. I want to do something that makes an impact on other people. I don't know if it's witnessing other people. I want to pray for people. I want to give something. I want to do for something. I want to fix dinner and take it to somebody, or bake something and take it to somebody. There's something inside of me, the Spirit of God living inside of me, that is not what the carnal work says. I want to do something to earn my salvation. Okay, but once you're saved, the Spirit of God inside of you says, okay, I want to do something. Okay, I want to work the works of God. Show me what it is. The answer, the belief or believing moves you to it. Okay. Their response to Jesus was Moses gave. Okay. He gave us bread to eat. We know what he did, right? Let's read on down. They said therefore unto him, what sign showest thou then that we may see and believe? What dost thou work? Our fathers did eat manna in the desert, and Moses gave it to them. And as it is written, he gave them bread from heaven to eat. And Jesus answered, then Jesus said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, Moses gave you not that bread from heaven, but my Father giveth you true bread from heaven. For the bread of God is he which cometh down from heaven, and giveth life unto the world. Then said they unto him, Lord, evermore give us his bread. And Jesus said, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. He said, I'm giving you everything. Look, I'm giving you my life. And once you have this, you'll never go thirst again. Like the woman at the well. He said, take a drink of this water, you'll never thirst again. Before I got saved, I was looking. I was getting in trouble all the time. I was 17 years old when I got saved, but I was looking for something. I was looking for something to fill that emptiness inside. Okay? Once I got saved, there's something inside that says, okay, that void is filled. I'll never thirst for salvation again. I'll never hunger for salvation again. I've got everything I need, but there's something inside of me that really wants to go do something, right? There's something inside of me that says, okay, when we first got saved, every time a missionary showed up at our church, I said, I want to go there, okay? Well, Brother John, that's you. You're kind of weird about that. Every missionary showed up, or every ministry opportunity there was, there's something inside of me that says, I want to do that. I want to do that. And so when someone said, we're going to take a bus and pick up kids, I said, yeah, we can do that. Okay, I wasn't even old enough to drive the bus yet. I had to be 21 to drive for the insurance thing. And I was like, well, I can ride. Okay, I go visit kids. Something inside says, I want to do something. Believing is the key. Bible says Abraham believed God and was counted him for righteousness. But believing changes lives, right? You only truly believe that which moves you to action. How many people, do you really believe that people die and go to hell? Is hell real? Okay. Is it real? Okay. Does that not motivate you to want to witness to people? All right? To know how? Whether it's somebody at your school or somebody at your work or your family members, and you think, I got to get the gospel to them somehow. Okay? I got to talk to them about this. There's people that I've known for years, 10 years before I even get an opportunity to witness to them because I'm walking into their office and I don't have time in their office. I'm on business and I can't take that opportunity of I just want to say something, do something, slip something in there. Or as a neighbor, I go to their house a couple times to invite them. Here's a flyer for Bible school or a flyer for a revival meeting or whatever. Invite them to come. I'm looking for that opportunity to witness because hell's real. And if I really believe that, then it'll move me to go out and witness to people. If I believe the verse that's on our shirts, because we go to the ball field and say, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. If I really believe that verse, then I'll be something inside of me that says, I want to do something in front of that person so that they see that what I have is real. Okay? That's why Tammy says, Black Friday shopping, those shirts that say Jesus is the reason for the season. Don't wear those on Black Friday if you're going to knock people out of the way grabbing stuff. They don't be, say, oh, they're a Christian, huh? They're here because of, okay. Right? Rihanna, she did that last year. She had this, oh, you're, huh? Right. Ripping into stuff and, oh, you're a Christian. No, that's why. Okay. The Jews were saying, we know what Moses did. Okay. What can we do? Show us a sign. Okay. Verse 36. But I say to you that you also have seen me and believe not. Matter of fact, it doesn't matter how many times he walks on water, raising somebody from the dead. There's some people that are still not going to believe. The religion of do for salvation doesn't save anybody, but Jesus said believe, and the do will come. That means what you're supposed to do. A lot of people, they want to associate the material, like Moses giving bread, and Jesus responded, I am the bread of life. Okay? Look down verse 48, I am the bread of life. Your fathers did eat manna in the wilderness and are dead. Now you can have a material thing that's going to satisfy you for a day, or a material thing that's going to satisfy you for 40 years and see that God's done this, or you can say, I'm satisfied. Okay? The song goes like this. I think about this. I will pour water on him that is thirsty. I will pour floods upon the dry ground. Open your heart for the gift I am bringing. While you are seeking me, I will be found. Sounds better than that, and somebody else sings it. But the truth is, if you get this, then your salvation's thirst is full, but it puts something inside of you that says, okay, I'm flooded with this. I want it to come out. Okay? Okay. Then the question goes back to this. Do we do what we do out of habit, or do we do what we do because we see him? Because we want to, or because we want to see him? 38 years, 40 years ago this month, Tammy and I had our first date. We talked about this week. We don't even look like we're old enough to have been dating 40 years, does it? How many think we look old enough to know when this right? Thank you very much. Jennifer said I was only 7 then. I'm just kidding. Bad day. Okay. There's been times, we got saved 39 years ago. There's been times I've read my Bible because I'm supposed to read my Bible. Okay? There's been times I get up and I pray in the morning because I'm supposed to read and pray. Most time I get up and do it because I want something. Okay? I'm looking for something. And he pours water on me. He pours water on those that are thirsty. Sometimes it is almost like drinking from a fire hose because you get something and you can't handle all you get. And I'm writing out sermons. I had sermons. I don't think the sermon I preached last Sunday night. I prepared it 6 months ago because it's like, oh, look at that. I was reading through Psalms. I said, oh, look at that. And I started writing, taking the back of something and writing something down. Or a thought comes and says, oh, look at this, and start writing stuff down. And it is amazing. But there's other times that you do it because you're supposed to, right? Just because you're supposed to. Last week, Jake DeAndrew preached for us, and he talked about desire, duty versus desire. Sometimes you do stuff out of duty. Sometimes you do it out of desire. Sometimes we do stuff out of habit just because we're supposed to. Sometimes we hear his voice. And there's a strong desire inside of us that says, man, that's what I want. I want something more than just, when I mentioned the guy that in his 70s, that is, I wonder if he's satisfied, not just with salvation. I wonder if he's satisfied looking back on the 70 years what happened. Okay? If he's satisfied with what he has done, how life turned out, what he expected. Let me ask you a question. Are you satisfied? Completely satisfied? I know some of you we got everywhere from 17 to 70 something in here, right? Are you? If you look back, you can be carnal with it, like the Jews were when they asked him, "What should I do? What can I do to work the works of God? What can I do?" Okay, you can be carnal with it to say, "I want to leave a name for myself." Or you on the spiritual side of it says, "Okay, I'm completely satisfied with what's happened." Okay, am I satisfied with what He has done, or what He has allowed me to do? Okay, only you can answer that. Okay. Brother John, does that make sense? Okay? When you look back at your life, I mentioned Tammy and I've started dating 40 years ago. Okay? I can't think of anything in our 40 years of life that could have been better than what we've had so far. Okay? As a teenager looking forward, I would never have thought we'd have been able to do or be or become or enjoy all the things that we've enjoyed. I think I mentioned this last week. I sat with one of my cousins last week. We had breakfast, and we don't see each other once a year or whatever. But looking back on our childhood as children, life was all an adventure. And for our families, our dads worked hard. Our families provided for us well. But as a family, life was not about as kids growing up. We went to sport, we played sports or whatever, did different things. But life was about the adventure side. Of doing, we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to go here, and as family playing sports together, doing different things, family reunions, and going on vacation, doing different things, and it's all about the adventure, whitewater rafting or horseback riding, or whatever things we wanted to, whatever we got to do was all like an adventure. Looking, and as a teenager, we talk about those teenage years, and then looking back, I said it's still been an adventure, a tremendous adventure. Preacher and I were talking, it's probably 10 years ago. And I was questioning something, a decision I had to make for work. And I was questioning something, and the preacher said to me, he said, no matter what else happens, we've already outlived everybody else that's around us because of the things we've gotten to do. Right? Anybody else feel the same way? You've already outlived everybody else around you. I mean, if your life ended today, you can look back and say, right, Rob? How old are you, Rob? Again? I'm just kidding. Okay. We had that conversation, right? If you get to, it is not doing because I want to make a name for myself. It's not a materialistic doing. It is doing because look what He's allowed us to do. Okay? And I'll go back. This part was the adventure, the material adventure of the family, whatever, and this part was the adventure of life. Okay? But John, my life is not that exciting. Why not? Okay? Alan, this was last week, 2 weeks ago. When was you one of your friends did like 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks. Okay. Alan called me. He said someone wants me to go to the lake with him on Sunday for drive up there with him. Go do it. But boy, John, Alan shouldn't be missing on Sunday. And he said I got to pick up kids. I said I'll cover the kids. I'll pick up the kids. Okay. I got to pick up kids on Sunday. I said, hey, go. And the last time you left town was when you went to Afghanistan. So, right? I mean, right, is that right, Rihanna's last time he took a vacation and was paid for by the government? Okay? So go, dude, have fun. He survived the lake and he didn't push anybody out of the boat. Okay. Now, let's look at anybody questions on this? Anybody feel the same way as I feel like life has been this tremendous that my life's not that good. Okay? Jamie's your life been that good? You got to live in Germany and all across the country, and well, every time the rent was moved, they moved. Another government thing. Okay. But can you look back and say, okay, God bless, and this is what we've got to do. Okay? And it's not just the existence of being, well, I guess it's part of it. Part of us being a child of God and knowing that you are His child, and He's got a plan for you, and it's better than anything you come up with on your own. And so, man, it's been great. Okay? Everybody's going, I don't feel that way. Well, do something then. Okay? Volunteer. Do something. Get involved. I heard this story that a preacher on the radio, I don't know who it was, I was driving. Some man came to his pastor, and he said he had a 12-year-old daughter, and he had several kids, but the one girl was 12. He said, driving me crazy. He said she is not doing what I've asked her to do. We have this problem, this problem, this problem. We start going through this list of 12-year-old daughters. Anybody have a 12-year-old daughter that had that problem? Okay? Okay? Kelly said it doesn't end at 12? Okay. 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 Ted, go back to the story. The pastor said, you know why? The father said, why? Because you're spectators at church. The father said, what? He said, you don't get involved. You don't do anything. You don't volunteer for anything. You don't teach class. You don't sing the choir. You're not an usher. You're not a deacon. You don't get involved. You don't come to anybody in church and say, can I help you with it? And he said, you're spectators. So your Christianity, if it's a spectator life at church, you're probably a spectator at home too. And he said, the pastor, well, John, that's awful hard to that pastor to say that to that dad. But the dad took his advice and said, okay, we're going to get involved. What shall we do? And the preacher said, hey, do this. Give him a couple options. Okay? Before long, that man and all of his kids were involved in church. And it was more, they weren't spectators anymore. They weren't just coming in sitting for an hour. They were involved in church and said, it's pretty good. Matter of fact, his family ended up taking on a mission project with some missionaries that had been to the church. They were on their own. They're going to pay for this. They're going to send money. They're going to raise money. They're going to do this stuff. And they started doing this on their own. About 6 months later, the same man came to his pastor and said, I need to talk to you. I said, there's a problem with the daughter again, right? And they went to the pastor's office, and the father went through this, and this, and none of them were the 5 problems that he had with his daughter. Okay? All those problems were gone. You understand? Does it happen every time? Yeah, probably every time it's tried. Okay? Probably about every time that people try this, it works. And all those problems that he had was because the girl, The daughter was being brought up saying life was revolving around her, right? But once they got involved where it's revolving around Christ and everything they do is part of a ministry, it doesn't matter what they're doing. I don't know if they're going to school, going to work, whatever they're doing in the neighborhood. It all turns out to be part of the ministry. This is what we do, okay? And the problems dissipated, okay? The problems are gone. and the pastor said, got it, didn't he? Okay? The pastor does this on radio. He's got it, okay? His kids are going to have problems just like every kid is going to have problems. But they're not going to be the same problems of the world centered around me. And here's the issues of life we're going through, okay? Anybody got questions on that? Anybody got comments on that? And we go back and redo something. Okay? That's where a lot of people want to go. I wish I'd done that. Okay? Let's go on. Verse 34. We got a couple more. We got a few more minutes. (34 and 35). Then saith they unto him, Lord, evermore give us this bread. Jesus said to them, I am the bread of life. He that comes to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. But I say unto you that ye also have seen me, and believe not. All that the Father giveth me shall come to me, and him that cometh to me I will no wise cast out. I came down from heaven, not to do mine own will, but to do the will of him that sent me. And this is the Father's will, which hath sent me, that of all which he hath given me I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again in the last day. And this is the will of him that sent me, that every one which seeth the Son and believeth on him may have everlasting life, and I will raise him up in the last days. Stop it right there. It comes back to the idea of having the bread of life inside of you. Okay? That means people come feast on you, right? Yeah, because he flows through you. The Holy Spirit lives inside of you the day you get saved. He flows through you to help other people. That means the bread of life is seen and given and shared with others. Okay? Not just in witnessing it, but in everything you do. Okay? Believing then is a mindset. Who God is. An ogre up there wanting to club us? No. Or God in the flesh. Bread from heaven, Redeemer and Savior. Believing motivates us to do, not for salvation, but because we're saved. A wellspring flowing from the inside of us that other people can drink from. Everybody have somebody in your work that you work with. Whenever they walk into your office, they show up on your work site. No matter who it is, everybody feels better just because they're there, right? Just because they walked in, you think everyone's going to have a better day just because they're there today. Okay? Anybody like that? Anybody know somebody like that? Nobody knows it. You don't know anybody like that? Is anybody that person? Okay, everybody in this room should raise their hand right now and say, everybody should have a better day because I'm here. Okay? But if you get this, it is him flowing through you so that no matter who's having a bad day at your office, Sue mentioned to me in a personal conversation about 2 weeks ago, conversations they have at work. Okay? Okay, if we get this, no matter who's having a bad day or what's going on at work, people can feed off us. You should be able to. Okay? My boss was dying. I didn't think about this, but Tammy told me the story later. Husband and wife owned the company. Husband was dying of cancer. The wife she tried to do all the accounting work and all this stuff. She said, whenever John walked down the hallway or showed up in the office and was whistling and singing, I knew everything was going to be okay. Even though her husband was dying, he still died. Okay? Everything worked out in the long run. He's playing tag with the Angels. He knew where he was going. But everything worked out. Business-wise, worked out okay for everybody. But she said, when I was under the stress of work and $1 million sitting there, debt, $360,000 in debt for one debt alone, and everything else piled up on top of me, if I heard John whistle, I knew everything was going to be okay. Be that person, okay? But John, I just don't have that personality. Like, I don't either, okay? Most of the time, I can sit in the car, I'd sit in the truck and drive for 12 hours and not talk to anybody, okay? I mean, I don't have that personality all the time. It's when somebody needs it and people around you need it. When you walk in and say, what can I do? You get up every morning and you pray and you say, how can I be a witness? How can I be an encouragement? You say, well, what should I do? You read your Bible and go on your way and he says, here's what I want you to do today. All right? Anybody have questions about that? Okay. So nobody in this room is that person that lifts up everybody else, right? Nobody is that person. Anybody want to be that person? Yeah, everyone's pointing to other people. Hey, huh? That's right. Oh, you understand this that you can, okay? I refer to some people as Eeyore, like, oh, bother, okay? No matter what happens. I mean, they win the lottery, it's going to be a bad day, okay? The favorite team wins. I don't have a favorite team, okay? It doesn't matter, okay? I still got to get up, okay? Be that person, all right? Any questions, comments? Going once, going twice. Bread of life flowing through you. First of all, you got to believe it to get saved, okay? Second is you share it. He flows through you to others. And this do is not for salvation. It's do because you want to. There's needs around you. You say, oh, God, help me fill it. Use me, please. And He'll do it. Let's pray. Thank you, Lord, for loving us. Thank you, truth, for giving us your word. Use us as a church family to bring honor and glory to you. Thank you for all you've done for us. In Jesus' name we ask. Amen.